Joining us now is political analyst Brian Sobel, and I want to ask you, Ted Cruz is so uncomfortable, even when he was delivering that joke. I think we're beginning to see a window as why a lot of people don't like the man.
Yeah, he's hard to read, and he's not very well liked in the United States Senate. He goes off on his own tangents and that sort of thing, doesn't kind of play well with others, and you can see that. It comes out on stage.
I thought Rubio and Bush had fantastic debates.
You're right.
And I know Rubio got grilled a little bit on the immigration issue, but he just appeared polished. And I think he touched on what a lot of Iowans are passionate about, and that is religion. And he talked about being a Christian.
Right.
And I think there's, 120,000 people expected at the caucuses, and 2/3 of them, are evangelical Christians.
Yeah, very, very conservative, and that would have played and did play well with them. The other thing to consider too is that while everybody was taking shots at Cruz as the front runner, Rubio, I thought, slipped in and did a good job. I thought he had a very good night. I thought Jeb Bush had a good night, much better than previous debates. John Kasich continues to turn in really wonderfully statistical performances in terms of his knowledge of things, but he just can't get over the hump.
Just a quick follow-up, Gus. Yeah, because there was talked about in Iowa, everyone's talking about Trump and how he won this, but this was the only debate in Iowa so far.
Yep.
And he didn't debate in it.
Right.
Is that going to play a role come Monday?
Well, that remains to be seen, because if people cared or didn't care, they're going to utilize that when they go to vote.
But if people were on the fence before this debate between Cruz and Trump, say, where are they falling this morning?
They might fall on the Cruz side of things, to be honest with you.
The fact that last night was the second lowest rated debate of the cycle, is it because Donald Trump wasn't there, or is it because people are just, the interest is waning?
Sadly, it is that with Donald Trump not being there, a lot of people actually were watching the counter event.
That's right.
Trump's
but
event.
The debate got bigger numbers than Trump's counter event.
Right, it did, but the total numbers were down. And, for better or worse, Donald Trump attracts people to the show.
Caucuses are different.
Yes.
Right? You're not going to a little booth and punching a hole.
Right.
You're debating, you're having a conversation.
Right.
I'm curious about the next 48 hours. What do these candidates do? Do they go and campaign for the people they know who are going to caucus for them, or do they go to people who are 50-50?
Both, Mike. What they do is you've got a ground army, as it were, out there at all the caucuses, talking with people and that sort of thing. And then the candidates make specific appearances where they think they can push the caucus over the top. It is unlike anything else. You may have a caucus meeting in a big gymnasium with Republicans on one side and Dems on the other. It's really when you're out there in these states where people to people really matter, it's really interesting to watch. I was once doing something in Nebraska where if all the candidates didn't show up at Mrs. Smith's house, kind of thing,
right.
you were out.
You're out.
You're out.
Now, real quick, I'm going to put you on the spot. We have a short time left. Is Trump going to be the nominee if you had to choose today?
I still don't believe he will be the nominee at the end of the day.
Does he win Iowa?
Yes, he wins Iowa.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian.
Brian Sobel, thank you.